and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be talking about the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I have to admit, the first minute I saw it on social media, I was hooked. The colors are so rich and pigmented and just so sparkly, and it just inspires a huge amount of creativity, and it inspires the artist in me to create a bunch of looks with it. So I'm super excited to share it with you guys today. I literally got it yesterday. I've played with it a few times before filming, and now I'm ready to talk about it. So first, I'm going to show you a tutorial on the eye look that I have on right now. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and to hit that little bell next to it so that every time I post a video, you get notified. And while you're down there, you might as well give this video a big thumbs up. So if you'd like to see how I achieve this eye look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I am just taking a fluffy blending brush and I'm first just putting on the color Eden on my eye. And I'm doing it really lightly because I want this to be a nice transitional shade. Like I said, these colors are really pigmented, so doing a light hand when applying these is what's going to be best for you. So once I felt like I had that transitional shade built up a little bit, I went in with my Sigma E40 brush and I'm starting to build up the pigmentation a little bit more. So I'm just building up until it is as dark as I want it to be. And I'm just using little swipey motions. I don't want it to be super winged out or anything. I'm just kind of rounding it out and doing it to the shape of my eye. And I'm staying within the crease and above the crease. And I'm taking that fluffy blending brush and just diffusing out the edges so there's no harsh lines. Then I'm going in with the shade Saturn, and I'm still using my Sigma E40 brush. This looks super simple, so I really only used a few brushes. But for this shade, I am sticking closer to the crease and the outer corner. So you're going to see me kind of just lightly blending and patting on the outer corner and blending it into the crease to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Then I'm going in with the shade Eternal, and I'm using a flat synthetic brush. So I'm using the Vasanti eyeshadow 2 brush for this, and I'm patting on that color because these colors are kind of creamy, at least the sparkly ones are. So I'm patting that on, and I did spray my brush with a little bit of Urban Decay setting spray to get it a little bit more wet. And I'm just patting up, and I'm sort of rounding this out in the shape of my crease as well. Then I went in with the shade Sphinx, and I'm just patting it on the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm going to be blending in the two colors. So I'm not starting directly next to that Eternal color, I'm starting on the outer corner, and I'm going to blend it into the Eternal color. So I'm going to take little patting and little mini swiping motions in order to achieve that. Also off camera, I did put the shade Saturn on my lower lash line just to diffuse it out and smoke it out a little bit. And now I'm going in with a liquid liner. This is the Stylist A All Day liquid liner. I love this stuff. So I'm just creating a really dramatic wing. This is totally optional, but I really wanted to do that for this look. So I'm filling in the wing. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara. This is the Clarins Supra Volume Mascara. That's what I'll be using for this look. And then I'm just going to apply some lashes as well, and they're the Ardell Demi Wispies, I believe. So now that I'm done creating this eye look, this is about the second time I've used it. The first time I used it was off camera and I didn't take any photos of it. But I do have a pretty good opinion of it. So it has a bunch of really beautiful matte shades in there. They do have a little bit of kickback, but they're very pigmented. So it's really, really easy to blend them out. It honestly takes no time at all. And I feel like the pigment is really kicking in. So it's good to start off with just like a little bit and build up because it's just so rich. Now the sparkly shades swatch super beautifully on the skin. So if you're in a store just beware that it does swatch really nice and pigmented on your skin, but when you're working with it on your eye, you do have to take a little bit of extra time. In the video for the shimmery colors, I did use a flat synthetic brush and I patted on the colors on my eyelid, and I also sprayed with some kind of setting spray. So whether you use like MAC Fix Plus or Urban Decay setting spray, whatever, to wet the brush down and then to pat on the color and just nicely blend out on the lid. That's what worked best for me. So you're gonna see them being super pigmented if you're swatching them in store because you're not quite sure if you like the colors or not and you want to wait to see it in person. But beware that though they are very pigmented on the skin, they do take a little bit of time to build up the pigment on the eyelid. I don't know why they do that. Some eyeshadows do that. And you may not like the formula. It's one of those formulas that's very creamy and can crumble easily. So there can be a lot of fallout and it is a bit difficult to blend, but if you're used to working with shadows like that, then this one will be a piece of cake for you. So I believe this palette was $42. It has that really beautiful velvety black casing, just like the Modern Renaissance has a really pretty gold like logo on the front, and I love the packaging. I love that it's black because you guys know my Modern Renaissance palette is so dirty. It's embarrassing and I try to clean it, but it just, that mauvey pink color, just velvet, no, doesn't work for me. But this is good. I think this will get less fingerprints on it and hopefully I can keep it clean. And I know one of my followers mentioned that they do keep theirs in the case to keep it cleaner. So that's a tip for you. If you feel like yours gets really dirty because of what material it's made out of, you can keep it in the original case it comes in. And yeah, that's a pretty smart way. I feel like that's a little bit more sanitary. So yeah, it looks like every other palette that they have. It looks like the Subculture, it looks like the Modern Renaissance. It has 14 shades, 7 of which are matte and the other 7 are that creamy consistency color. These shades are so beautiful, and like I said, they swatch really nicely on the skin. As you can see, like, look at how pigmented that is. Another one that's my favorite is this like emerald green color. I mean, that swatches so pigmented, but on the eyes it is a little bit harder to work with. But all in all, I think this is a really good palette, especially if you want to get really creative. And I think all of the colors are really nice. I love how all the glittery sparkly colors are of the gem tone kind of jewel tone family, and that just screams holiday for me. So I can see myself creating some great holiday looks with this palette. But also the matte shades are really bright and beautiful, and I feel like even though this palette is limited edition, it's about its holiday time, whatever, I can see this palette working all year round because they do have, although all the colors are not super cohesive together, they just each kind of bring their own thing to the game, and everything together makes it so that I could possibly wear these colors year round. So I would say this palette is a pretty great deal if you want to get really creative and you want to try working with different formulas. This is going to be the palette for you. If you guys have purchased this palette too, please let me know down below what you guys think of it. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure, if you haven't already, to click that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.